Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the G.I. Joe classified figure, the Frag-Viper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at him in packaging, and I'm going to take a look at the figure and his accessories, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on him. So without any further ado, roll that intro. Here he is in packaging. Now you got your standard G.I. Joe classified packaging here. So you got Cobra, Frag-Viper. You got a window where you can see him and his accessories. You got the Cobra logo, the classified series logo, your choking hazards and age restriction, plus Hasbro. Spin them around here. You get some artwork that looks pretty cool, actually. I do like this art. G.I. Joe and his number. Come around to the back here. All right, you got him, a couple of the other guys behind him. You got some sort of golden god or something behind him. I don't know exactly what that is. You get a couple of pictures of his face with the helmet, without. And then you get a little bit of legal underneath. Come around to this side. You got his stats and QR code. All right. On the top, you got the Cobra logo and his number. And then underneath, you got more legal. So, with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is, out of packaging. The first thing we're going to do with him is go through his points of articulation. So, the head does move. All right, you got a shoulder joint with a swivel, an elbow joint, and a wrist joint. All right, get this other arm up. You do have a joint here under the ribs and one at the hips. All right, you got a thigh joint with a swivel, a knee joint. Oh, that's tight. All right, and you do have a swivel here at the top of the boot and also an ankle joint. So the knees are really tight on him. You may want to use heat with that. But other than that, everything else seems to work pretty well with this guy. I have no issues with any of his other joints. Just sash down here. Whoa, now I must lean forward. So now let's take a closer look at him. So first off, the head sculpt. Head sculpt looks very interesting. It looks like almost cybernetic type robot-ish. Like you get these scars around the eyes, the chin and stuff. Almost makes you feel like it would meant to be opened up, like, you know, reveal like an exo skull under it or something. Like he's either, like I said, some sort of cyborg or robot. But I like the black eyes with the orange like pupils. That looks really creepy. I do like that look to him. All right, and then you have what looks to be some sort of headpiece that covers his whole entire head except for his face. So makes you wonder what's under it. Like, does he have like a exposed brain under there or some sort of cybernetics or something like that? So I like that. It leaves a bit of mystery to the character, like what's under the hood, just by looking at his face. So I do like the overall look to his head sculpt. Then you get down to the body. Now he has his sash here with the Cobra logo on it. He has his blue, I guess, belting or something like that. It's all over his chest. He has the two holsters for his assault rifles and so forth. All right, you come around here. You can see his holster. Bring this arm down. So now his sleeves are two-tone. So you got like this darker orange and a brown. Then the glove. All right, come around here. Not a lot going on with the back. Come to this side here. You got the other holster for your machine gun. You have two pouches here, which could be ammo pouches or whatever I guess you feel like it should be. Then you got this arm gauntlet here that looks pretty cool. So I do like some of the attention to detail on this guy. He is pretty cool looking. Now we're going to go through all his different accessories. So first off, he has a helmet. Helmet looks pretty cool. It looks very alien-like. Like some sort of space helmet or something. I do like the overall look to this. Alright. Next up, he has two Uzis. So he has one. And yes, the clips do come out of those. Alright. And two. Alright. He has this thing here, which is supposed to have his bombs in it. So we'll see how that works out. Alright. Speaking of the bombs, here's the bomb. You can see it in here. This looks like a flood of smoke. Alright. He has his backpack, which is supposed to be filled with all these different bombs. Now, I would have liked to have seen more detail here. So, when you look at the bomb, you can see it's like a red with a black shell on it. So, if they were going to go that far with the bomb, I think in the backpack, they should have added in all the red. It would have really given his backpack a little bit more pop and just make it look a little bit cooler. All right. And then last but not least, he has this hose here. Now, I like this hose. Most of your G.I. Joes, they come with just a long hose, like a long thin hose, where this is more of a segmented hose. So it's definitely different than your average Joe hose. So now that we took a look at this, let's start seeing how all this works with them. So we're going to start with the Uzis first. Get them out of the way. Alright, so we got this hand here. Alright, no issues. Alright, get this other one in here. There we go. We actually got the finger in the hole there. Same with this one. Okay. 1, 2. Stand back here. Alright, so these guns do work with him. No issues. They do have holes in the front, so if you're going to want to add any kind of blast effects to them, you can. Alright, now let's put these in their little holsters. Now these Uzis are very soft plastic. And they're very flexible. So they went into his hands pretty easily. Okay, get that one in there too. So as you can see, fits in there alright. Come around to the other side. Fits just as well. So now let's start getting into the fun stuff. That's all this really cool cybernetic bomb throwing stuff. We'll come around to the back here. We're going to hook his backpack in. Now there's a hole here for his helmet respirator to hook into. And then you got a hole here for his throwing hand. So this should just pop right on here. Just like that. No issues. Alright. Pop that on. There you go. Alright. No issues with that. Now you got this cool looking arm throwing thing. Now, I just noticed this too. Also on here, you got some sort of machine gun as well on the front of this. That's pretty neat. So now let's pop this on here, it looks like. Alright, so the hand pops in there pretty easily like. Now there's a whammy bar in here that I guess he's supposed to be able to hold. Alright, let's try it like this. Alright. So what we're going to try to do is try to get the hand on this bar first. And the nice thing about these classified figures is the hands do usually open up pretty easily. Alright, so there we go. We got that. Got one side in. Come on. Now there it goes. Okay. So we got that on there now. He's holding it. Put our thing back here. So there you go. Went in pretty easily. No issues. Plug this in the back here. Just like that. And now this goes into here. Alright. So there you go. There's the cord. The arm. Now there's two holes in this. Right, come on, buddy. Lean back a little bit. There we go. Because on the smoke here, you got this little peg. So you could either have it all the way out here. Eventually. There we go. So if you kind of want them like a throwing position with it almost out of there, which it doesn't want to cooperate with me today. There it goes. Like I said, some sort of throwing position with it. You could do that so it's a little bit more out. Or you can put it deeper in. Alright. Makes it look like it's coming a little bit more out. Just like that. So it all works out pretty cool. I think one thing I would have liked to have seen is with him come with one of those balls. You know, without the smoke and everything. So maybe you can have him hold it in the other hand. But it does work. You know what? You know what this kind of reminds me of? From the original Tron movie, there was one of the games to where they had like sort of a cupped hand like that, and they would throw a ball back and forth, and it would destroy like the platform that the other guy's under. It almost reminds me a little bit of that, but overall, it works pretty well. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with him. So first off, his joints move pretty easily, no real issues. Some tightness in the knees, but other than that, he's not that bad. His joints work pretty well. If you want a little bit of heat or hot water on the knees, we'll soften that up and get those joints moving pretty easily for you. Next up, all his accessories work well with him. I had no issues getting anything on him. Even with this whole setup here, I just bent the fingers a little bit. Hand fits around the bar, and then you just move the little clamps out of the way, and the arm fits right in. So no issues with any of the accessories. And I do like the overall look to him. I think he's a really cool looking figure. I do think that they put some nice attention to detail to him, mainly in the helmet and in the face. So would I recommend this figure? Yes, I would. I think he's a really neat looking figure. And I like the overall concept to him. They definitely modernized him a little bit more from the original one, because I think the original one just had a basket that the balls went in, where this has some really cool teched out apparatus with a machine gun attached to it. So I do like the overall look to him. I like that he has that weird pasty cybernetic look with that complete hood over his head. So leave some mystery in your mind, wondering what is underneath of it. So I like all that, you know, to him as well. And I just think he's an overall good looking figure, and I think he would fit well with the rest of your classified figures. So with that being said, the first thing I want to do is give a shout out to everybody who helps supports this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. He does a lot of things to help out this channel, and he's been a supporter of this channel for some time. Plus he has his own YouTube show and his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday. So go ahead and check all that out. Next on our list is Action Figure Geeks. They're a Reddit channel that also supports this channel, and their information is there as well. The same as my good buddy Joe Goddard. He just started his own YouTube channel. He's been a big supporter of this channel as well, and his info is also in the description. Plus, most of all of you, everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, become members. Anybody who watches this video all the way through, I really appreciate every single last one of you. Without you, this channel wouldn't be what it is today. So thank you very much. I also ask that y'all check out my G.I. Joe playlist and my membership program. Plus, hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.